Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do the stock analysis and review of DoorDash, stock symbol DASH.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
The IPO was offered earlier this month and the stock started trading just last week. Today is December 14, 2020, and I'm going to share some data. I'm going to talk about three things. The first one is what is DoorDash, what the company does. The thing is the valuation of DoorDash IPO. And what do I think in terms of numbers. We will also review some revenue numbers and the projections. And the third thing, my personal thoughts about DoorDash stock price at the moment, why I haven't bought DoorDash just yet, and what I think I should be doing. And hopefully it will help you guys make more money. I have done a lot of research. I have done a lot of research about DoorDash so far. I wanted to share what I learned. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research. Reach out to your financial advisor before you buy this stock. So without any further delay, what I'm gonna do is I'll share my screen with you guys so you can also see what I researched, and I'll walk you through step by step. So please leave your comments below and hit the like button to help me out. Thanks guys, and let me share my screen. DoorDash, as you can see now on my screen, DoorDash Inc., the symbol, the stock symbol DASH, it is trading right now $155.81. The market cap right now for the DoorDash company is $49.5 billion, and this is a hype during the IPO. DoorDash that's also a technology company. The review that you have already seen on my channel for Shift Technologies, again, it's a technology company, agent between the car buyers and the sellers. Airbnb, once again, it's not a real estate company in the core of their business, it's more of a technology company. And this is the third IPO, DoorDash. And DoorDash, once again, is a food delivery company. It's a food delivery app. I'll share a little bit more how they're trying to expand the revenue streams for the company and why the company can do a lot better in future than what they do today. I'll share more about what DoorDash does as a company, how they make more money, and how is their app, how does their app look like. So on the screen, you can see this is a DoorDash web application or website that you can see. As a user, you can order food using DoorDash's website or the app from your favorite restaurants. DoorDash has a lot of restaurants, a lot of locations. Most of the locations are covered within DoorDash, as you can see. If you start searching your address, it'll show you a list of restaurants available with variety of food. You're paying a small delivery fee. It's more of a convenience for you that someone will deliver the food onto your doorstep. They also offer the pickup options. So basically you can order the food from DoorDash and sort of go pick them up. It's not a cheaper service. If you have DoorDash Pass, it's called the Dash Pass, you can save some money. Whenever I order, I usually pay $3 to $4 sort of the delivery charge. So it's a very convenient way of ordering food. The COVID situation helped DoorDash to bump up their revenue. The most of the revenue stream comes from the merchant. In this case, the merchant is the restaurant. So basically, restaurant pays DoorDash. Everything is centralized. You don't really have to go site by site and find out how many restaurants do you have. You don't have to search on Yelp. So DoorDash gives you a very good convenience of centrally located information for the restaurants in your neighborhood. DoorDash is not only limited to food. Now they have opened up Walgreens and CVS. So basically you can order the convenience store items. Let's say if you want to order toothbrush or the toilet tissues, you can do that using DoorDash as well. And that's one of the bigger revenue stream for DoorDash. I'll take a deep dive and share some more research about DoorDash. Now, As you can see on my screen, published article in June 2020, DoorDash's valuation was $16 billion. And what helped to ramp up the revenue and the valuation was the coronavirus situation, where people didn't want to go out, which helped DoorDash pretty timely in terms of their market share for food industry, as well as their revenue that bumped up their valuation up to $16 billion just in June 19. Now, let's take a look a little bit more into the food delivery market share. So the way it happened right here, as you can see on my screen, DoorDash was right here in September 2019, lower than the 35% of the delivery market share, food delivery market share. It went a little bit down, but then it started spiking up, as you can see right here. And right now it's approaching in June. This data is from June. In June, it started approaching almost 45%. As of right now, in December 2020, it is well above 50% of the market share that DoorDash has compared to the other portals, including Uber Eats and Grubhub. DoorDash in general was on the top of the race. In November, the valuation was doubled from June. So it just took them a few months to double their valuation during the IPO. And it was $32 billion. And keep in mind, this was in November when they decided the IPO. To recap, it was $16 billion in June, $32 billion in November, and as you can see in December, it's pretty much $50 billion. So what I'm trying to show you is it spiked up so fast. So you want to be a little bit careful because we don't know after the pandemic ends what it's going to look like. I'm not saying that the revenue is going to go down. During the IPO, DoorDash planned to have 33 million shares at the price of 75 to 85. Now, here is one more thing I'm going to tell you. So people were expecting in November that they will launch the stock price in the IPO somewhere between 75 to 85. And I'll show you how it changed drastically. Now let me share what happened during the IPO. Instead of 75 to 85, fast forward December, the price of $102 in the IPO, which put them at least 20% above the range that they originally decided. Now, let me share more data about DoorDash and their direct competitors, Grubhub and Uber Eats. As you can see, the market cap for each three company. I wanted to also show you the revenue for all three, and you can decide yourself. It's pretty visible. Right here, DoorDash's market cap is $54.3 billion, and the revenue is $2.2 billion. Grubhub has the market share of $6.8 billion, and the revenue is $1.7 billion. Versus Uber Eats, that has the highest market cap in these three, of $90.8 billion, and the revenue is $13 billion. Now, as you can see, the revenue of Grubhub versus DoorDash is not far apart. 1.7 bill and 2.2 billion is not too far, but still the valuation compared to the revenue, the market cap and valuation has a drastic difference. The market cap for Grubhub is close to 7 billion versus the market cap of DoorDash is 50 billion, whereas the revenue for Uber is 13 billion. It's not just Uber Eats, but combining them all, but still the valuation is only $90 billion. So this can kind of show you how high the valuation of DoorDash is. And that brings me into my third point that I wanted to discuss about my personal thoughts about DoorDash, why I'm not buying DoorDash just yet, why I personally think that DoorDash is a pricey stock to invest in at the moment at 155. It's absolutely pricey at the moment, in my opinion. I do believe that the stock is going to dip, and I'll show you in a second why. So, first and foremost, looking at the numbers without thinking about hype and logic and stock trading and what stock people love and about building a brand, so on and so forth, DoorDash has so high valuation and market cap compared to even Uber, and definitely compared to Grubhub, whereas the revenue does not really relate. One more thing I also wanted to mention, that DoorDash is not profitable just yet, but they can be in profit very soon compared to what they're doing today. But at the time of IPO, they were still making significant amount of loss into their book of business. Now, if you take a look at one more article that I found, both Airbnb and DoorDash are kind of losing lots of money at the moment, but they are the perfect recipe for a huge IPO, because I think the hype and the way the people invest money and the way the stock market is going higher has clear advantage for both the stocks. For Airbnb as well as DoorDash. If you have not checked out my video for Airbnb, I would say go check it out. I have done a lot of analysis there and it will help you. I prefer, personally me, and check with your accountant, I'm not a financial advisor, but personally me, I prefer Airbnb more than DoorDash because of the unique business that Airbnb has. But you want to also diversify your portfolio. If you buy DoorDash, don't buy with all the money that you have in your brokerage account. Consider to diversify. One more thing about DoorDash is, here is the chart how it looked like when it started trading around $185. So you were the clear winner if you got the stock at 102 based on what they offered in IPO. However, if you didn't sell the stock, you're back to right now at 155, but still it's a lot more money. It's close to 50% profit. But it opened up at $184, as you can see right here, and it went as high as $195, as you can see right here. I think that's where it spiked up to 195, somewhere here, and then it kind of came down all the way, as you can see in this graph, just to make it small, 162 at the moment, but it went all the way up to 155. So this is the journey of the stock price. I think there was a hype when it kind of started trading. People started buying and people started selling, of course, as you can see, to book some profit, and that's why I think it's a higher price. And what we have seen in a few IPOs lately, and I did my own review about SFT, Shift Technologies. I did the review for Airbnb, and I do believe that DoorDash will be in the similar boat, where it will go high and then it will dip in terms of stock price, and there will be a buying opportunity if someone wants to buy, maybe for a short to long term. But I do believe that this is a food industry, this is a food delivery market, which may or may not sustain, let's say, from now up to 5 years if DoorDash is not doing something different into their business model. But after COVID, people will start going into restaurant. That's when they will have some challenges to aggressively grow their valuation and market cap and market share, as we have seen during the COVID time. Is also the Airbnb IPO and their stock price, just to show you how it worked out and how it dipped, and it has pretty similar graph. So as you can see, 145 went all the Airbnb. This is Airbnb stock. As you can see right now, it is trading at $129 and some change. It opened up at 145, went all the way up to 150, close to 150, and came back to 129. Very similar story for DoorDash as well. It opened up at 184-ish, went all the way up 195, and got back 160, 155. Now, this is the similar story for all the IPOs that we have going on right now, which is one of the reason that I haven't bought Airbnb or DoorDash just yet. As you see on my previous video, I'm waiting for $110 stock price for Airbnb. Similarly, I don't know about DoorDash. I may not invest in DoorDash because I think I have better options to invest at the moment. But if it goes below $100, I may think to add something into my portfolio to keep it for a little bit long term. Now, I wanted to show you the DoorDash's valuation compared to other players in the food industry. Okay. All right, so I wanted to share one in the last article that I thought is very helpful and it'll help you as the viewer as well. The DoorDash IPO, post IPO, and their valuation compared to the other players in the food industry. Now, as you can see on my screen, I wanted to show you DoorDash's valuation compared to some of the other players in the industry and how it works out for DoorDash. Now, there's a little bit of a difference when it comes to DoorDash and Grubhub and Uber Eats because the revenue model is slightly different. Uber has the advantage of having Uber itself. Uber Eats has an advantage of having Uber itself, so you can compare apples to apples. Or maybe Domino's Pizza is a separate or a different business model altogether. But I wanted to show you what's the valuation and what's the marketplace in terms of what's the valuation and what's the market cap for each of this company. As you can see that I've highlighted right here on this web page at the price of around 180.85 puts DoorDash at the market cap of $70 billion compared to Chipotle that has its market cap of 37 billion, more or less $37 billion. Yum Brands market cap is $31.3 billion, and Domino's Pizza has the cap of 15.3 billion, and Dunkin' Donuts is 8.8 billion of cap. So you can think about like where DoorDash stands compared to one of the famous brands like Chipotle or Domino's Pizza or maybe Yum Brands and Dunkin' Donuts. I think, in my opinion, DoorDash is pretty pricey. Their market share is great compared to Grubhub, Uber Eats, and they're growing fast. I think it's a great application. It's a very convenient. It allows their users a very convenient way of shopping experience, especially ordering food and convenience items. But I do not believe it's a super technical and innovative idea. In my opinion, it's pretty pricey, so I'm not buying just yet. I'll wait until I feel comfortable about the price. 155 is way high price for me to buy this stock, but I hope this video helps you to diversify your portfolio, to think about whether you want to buy DoorDash or not. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and definitely post a comment.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.